Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires on the move. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Ducks come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here. There he goes! And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
But how about that? That's already the 3rd target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Snagged out of the air. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. serious spin rate, some revolutions on that one.
We want to talk about velocity. How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. He's in rhythm, he takes his steps, and man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
Man, it's a nice start for this offense. Their defense didn't have to play the first quarter. Like, that was unbelievable ball control, moving down the field methodically, chewing up clock, and most importantly, punching the ball in and getting the touchdown.
They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
They'll operate out of split back. Here comes the option. Now the toss. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Tulane right back to the line.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but using that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
The Green Wave in a world of hurt on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Pavia. Looking to the big tight end. Catch in the middle, it's right. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Motion from the back. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
To the air. It's Mendoza. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Grab behind the line. It's Ball. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle. So
makes the grab. He's got a 1st down. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Got a little space. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got it in stride at the 15. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Ducks have pushed it inside the 20. Off the play fake on 1st down. Wants to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Graham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll move the tight end. Now on the option. Now the pitch. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Pavia. Here's the pressure. And the sack. All the way back at the 5. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws for the tight end. Grabbed in the middle, it's right. Right down the boulevard. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pressure coming. Quarterback just flat. Missed it. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back line.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely center cut. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Coming out with it, it's Bond. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Defense playing a bail technique. To the air, it's Mendoza. Throws to the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game.
Intercepted. The defense has set him up.
And I don't mind behind this coaching staff and their decision to stay aggressive here with the lead at the end of the first half. You've got a quarterback that, in my opinion, has earned the right to throw the ball in these situations, but you've got to be better with your decision-making right there. That's a costly turnover, which now gives your opponent a chance to score some more points here at the end of the half.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll run play action. Rush is on him. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's a big missed opportunity there. And sometimes it's just those small things. It's getting your feet set so you can throw the ball with good accuracy. A lot of times guys are open and you just rush it, you hurry it. This quarterback's just got to settle down a little bit, take the time, and hit that open guy.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Man, interesting play call on third and long. I think we're thinking pass, and which matchup do they try to exploit? And they try to sneak a run in there, and the play's fine. I mean, they run the option very unsuccessfully, small gain, and now we got fourth down.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. It's now a one-point game, 14-13. He'll bring it out. It's Bond. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The give to the tailback. Breaks in the middle. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting.
He's loose. Smashes through the tackle. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching this QB in the run game, he's going to break one. At some point in this game, he's going to break a home run. Defense did a nice job getting him down there, but this guy, I'm telling you, he's just a play away from taking it to the house. Keep letting this guy do his thing.
Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Tulane right back to the line. The play action fake. Fires into the end zone.
this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Wide receiver going in motion. On the option. Leaves it with the back. They get it into the end zone. Two-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7. So they march the ball 41 yards on that drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Galloway. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes a catch, first down and maybe a lot more. And they finally get it to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect third down call there. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Ball. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The Ducks are flying down the field. From the gun, the running back has it. Turning it on! They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. The Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air on first down. Buying some time. Gets rid of it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in motion.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Can't wait to see how this 4th quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looking to the big tight end. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
They get him stopped at the 32. A solid pickup, but it will bring up a fourth down and decision time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he makes the grab, but can't. Foot down in the field of play, almost had 6 there. The decision to go for it does not pan out. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Under fire. Moves around to clear up the vision. Pulls it in, it's ball. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Snagged in the middle, it's Bond. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch?
Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground.
The name of the game right now is getting yards and getting them in chunks. However you want to do that. I'm fine running the football, but you've got to be more productive than what we've seen on these last 2 plays.
Under fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man, it's Galloway. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. And the Ducks with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Hauls it in. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Ducks! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And obviously the offense is in a difficult position here, and you're asking a lot from them. They're down by a touchdown, not a lot of time on the clock, deep in your own end, but this is something that you're trained for. Coaches always put their offense in this situation in practice leading up to the big game. It takes timing, it takes execution, but that is something this offense is ready to do.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On the option. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. He's taking the deep shot. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. One possession game, getting late. First order of business, just take care of the football.
So they called it.
And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a two-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Off the play fake. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Takes it the other way. And he's brought down after the pick, and time has expired here in the fourth. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to be that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, it just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think, would go over.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.